Cocaine. Know what I used to have for lunch? Cocaine.
What did you have for dinner?
Was it cocaine?
Role models coming up next.
I worked my magic on the judge. You're going to Sturdy Wings.
They thought community service
We bring adults and children together.
would be the easy way out.
What up, Ronnie?
I want to take my pants off.
What?
But it's turning into
Ronnie, I'm black. You think I did it?
I will hit a child. I've never done that before, but I will punch you in the face.
hard time.
No. What are you doing?
From Universal Pictures,
We need your help.
I am not here to service you. I'm here to service these young boys.
Role Models, rated R, starts November 7th.
Lucas, what's happening, man?
What's up, man? Hey, I can see you. We're doing this video style.
Yeah,
we're upgrading.
Yeah, no more of this Bush League bullshit.
Oh, no,
the
we're
fucking
still
big
Bush League.
leagues
What the
now.
hell are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. We got a special guest with us today. The 9 people that listen to us on a regular basis may remember him from our Back to the Future episode. Luke, what's happening, buddy?
Hey, guys. It's good to be back. And not for over 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. We've taken bathroom breaks and everything now. We don't have to worry about that. I was telling my wife earlier that she has now surpassed you as our most popular episode with a guest. So, I don't know. We got to make this one really, really, really good.
Yeah, we'll spice it up. Say, I'll start peeling clothes off as we go along. Wait, this doesn't go out as video, does it?
Thank God.
Well, there is an option here where I can record video. We'll be on YouTube for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, people would be like, oh, man, I wonder what the Brotatoes look like. Never mind. We're good.
Yeah, we're out.
Well, I don't know. That guy wearing the wife beater is all right, but the guy wearing the sweatshirt, what a dog.
I know you guys look all nice. I'm over here fucking slumming it up. I was showing Russ my chest hair kind of looks like the Batman symbol.
Let's be real. You shaved it like that, didn't you, for this particular reason?
Just for you.
Yes. All right. Well, we decided to do role models. When I texted you guys about this, I was a little shocked that the 2 other choices I gave didn't win out. We went with Caddyshack, which Lucas doesn't like, and then Happy Gilmore. So
I
role
like
models.
Caddyshack. I just don't.
Oh, I think we froze up. I think we froze.
Really?
Up. Yeah. Oh well,
I
we can
can
have
hear
Adam.
you.
We can have Adam cut this out. Yeah,
Oh,
you froze
I
up
just-
on me. Goddamn internet and the sticks, Lucas. But yeah, I was surprised that Caddyshack and Happy Gilmore didn't get more love. I know Lucas said, hey, he hates movies that are made before 1990.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm not old.
All right.
All right, we're gonna bicker here. But I don't know, what was the appeal to this for this movie, you guys?
Oh,
No, not everybody jump at once. Maybe
okay.
we'll just quit doing the video shit now because it's not working already.
Through this visual medium, I got the point while Lucas was taking a drink. So I know that means me.
You're on.
I picked this movie because, I felt like Happy Gilmore and Caddyshack have kind of been done a little bit. Like we've all talked about those movies, and I don't know. I always felt like Role Models was kind of like this unsung R-rated comedy, and it's got a lot of roots in improv, which I really, really love, and it's got a lot of people I am very familiar with in small roles, big roles, things like that. So I just wanted to talk about improv comedy. That's it.
Hey, all right. Damn, he's already more prepared than us. Lucas, what about you, man?
Well, following that up, I guess ditto. He said everything in a much more professional way than I would have. Like, I just think this movie's fucking hilarious. That's why I picked it.
Both very valid
Agreed.
points. When I was doing the research for this, this I think is the last great year for like comedies and like that got theatrical releases. This movie came out, Pineapple Express, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Tropic Thunder, all out in 2008. Step Brothers also came out too. That's a fucking
that's a good
murderer's
year.
row.
Yeah.
That's a good year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I just got down this rabbit hole where I started looking to see what came out after this, and like you might get 1 or 2 good ones, but like nothing like 5 or 6, no way.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like some comedies since then. Really,
I mean, like maybe Neighbors. That I really like that one. Bridesmaids
pretty
came out
funny.
after that. That was a really good one.
I like Bridesmaids.
Yeah, that's happening at some point. But yeah, like I can't think of like more than 1 or 2 a year after this.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not the human IMDb like you two are, so I couldn't tell you.
Like I said, I was going down a rabbit hole last night after I watched this, and I was just looking it up, and I couldn't find anything. And once I get in a rabbit hole, it's hard to pull me out. I'm not a QAnon guy, but just with movies and stuff.
Men's rights. Men's rights.
We're not a political podcast. We're not going down there tonight. This will be the last episode we ever do. But it got me thinking, too, like they really don't make comedies for theatrical releases anymore. And it made me wonder, like, with now COVID, like, do you think this is going to kill, like, the theatrical comedy?
Probably. I mean, COVID's kind of killed theatrical anything right now anyway.
Yeah, I think it kind of depends on the eagerness of the public to get back to theaters. I think there's going to be a big rush once things start clearing up and we can start going to theaters comfortably. But whether that holds or not, it's time's going to tell on that. I'm excited to go back to movie theaters. So, but I'm not rushing to do it until it's safe. But
yeah, we were actually going to go to the movie last weekend just because, like, here in town, like maybe 2 or 3 people go to a movie at once. So we were going to try it, but for some reason they moved the time of the movie we're going to see back. So, having 2 kids, that's a little hard. Just like, oh, well, hey, it's an hour later than what they originally said. We'll go later. So I don't know. It just kind of made me wonder. Like, I kind of see them going more towards, you'll see like the superhero genre, maybe horror, since it's like does well and it's super cheap. But like nothing like, I mean, they don't make comedies hardly anymore for theaters anyway. So
that's true. Yeah.
Everything's gone to Netflix now and like streaming.
Yeah.
Like, why do an hour and a half movie when you just do like a 7 or 8 episode Netflix series,
Yeah, that's true. Especially with like the mid-budget movies, like not like low-budget horror or like the big-budget ones that are going to make like $800 million. It's the ones that, they make for like $40 million that might make $50 or $60 million.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that are probably going to be like, well, we could just sell it to Netflix for 35 and, save the advertising cost and break even or make a little bit. But
yeah, like I watched Palm Springs recently, and that was a great movie. And like that would have like got killed in theaters. It just would have like fell behind like Black Widow and the new Fast and Furious and everything, which is very sad.
I just watched the new Wrong Turn movie on a whim because I'm nuts about them because they're terrible. But I watched the new one that just came out, and I was like, oh shit, this is actually kind of good. Like, it was kind of a good movie, but it would have gotten absolutely destroyed. Like, it never would have made it. It wouldn't even, for a horror movie, made its money back probably. Maybe on the name, but it was like, oh, they just kind of retooled the whole thing.
Well, yeah, that's like The Rental that just came out over last pandemic. Like, that would have never gotten any kind of theatrical play at all, which actually it was like a drive-in movie. It actually turned out to be really good. Dave Franco directed it.
I don't think I saw that one.
Yeah, check it out. It's pretty good.
I like Dave Franco.
Who doesn't? Lucas, are you still with us, man?
I'm just enjoying. I'm sitting back and enjoying this. I don't get to see you guys all the time, so this is great.
It's a little shop talk.
Yeah. Well, see, that's if anything comes out of this show, it's like I can bring friends back together virtually. So, and we all talk about movies.
Yeah.
Well, now I guess we'll segue into Luke. You're familiar with the Tale of the Tape, right? Where I kind of break down the stats of the movie real quick.
I am.
All right. Well, we're going to segue into the Tale of the Tape. Released November the 7th, 2008. Rotten Tomatoes score 77%. Audience score 74. I figured
it's actually kind of high for a comedy, isn't it? 77.
Yeah, it was actually really well reviewed. I'm a little shocked by the 74%. Like, I don't know anybody that doesn't like this movie. 74 is a little low. I was expecting to see like 86.
Yeah.
And I came up with that number. I did a math equation. I was expecting exactly 86%.
Man, this is back-to-back episodes with math equations.
Well, I don't have a whiteboard. I could have just done the formula right here, but I don't have a whiteboard.
I got one of those.
Yeah, see? Get on the math, son. Box office, $92 million worldwide, including 67 here in the States. Stars Paul Rudd, Sean William Scott, Elizabeth Banks, Jane Lynch, Christopher Mintz-Plasse. Sure, why not? And Bobby Thompson. And directed by Paul Wayne, who actually Luke turned me on to a movie, his Wet Hot American Summer. He did that, right?
You mean David Wayne?
Paul, what the my fucking notes. That's what happens when I drink doing these. Sorry, guys.
Oh, God.
David Wayne.
Man, am I kicked off the podcast now for correcting you?
Yeah,
No, actually,
stop bringing facts to this factual podcast.
No, actually, it's probably gonna just be a running shtick. Like I'll fuck something up in every episode, and it's like I get called out on it.
Oh yeah, because I'm gonna call you out on mistakes when I'm sitting here like, yeah, that's.
Well, we'll just do it when we got the ringers. Like we get like Luke and then producer Adam. Like those are our ringer guests. So
yeah.
I was willing to let it go. I was like, oh, damn, he's got a brother and he directed this? Cool.
Yeah, he's got an identical twin brother, which he actually is the guy playing the guitar in the camping scene, too.
Oh, yes, he is. He has possibly my favorite line in the whole movie.
Well, all right. Well, hey, that's coming up later.
I know. It's in my notes.
Oh,
Oh, you professionals. You professionals.
oh. That's a possible
like
T-shirt
that.
idea. We've got the Brotato Tot, and now we've got the Professionals. Send it over to our T-shirt people whenever we get T-shirt people.
I'll get on it one of these days, I promise.
All right. That's Lucas's department, is marketing. That's why we have a very small but devoted audience. Now we've gotten to through that, and I've managed to only fuck up one thing. We'll go into research corner. So, Luke, you care to check me on these?
All right. Hold
I'll
on,
teach me not to drink anymore when I do this.
I don't have a pen, but I'll just make a mental note.
Okay. This movie was originally, first off, this is the William Somerset Research Corner. Do you know why we call it the William Somerset Research Corner?
I don't think I do.
You've seen Seven, right?
I have.
You know the scene where Morgan Freeman's character, William Somerset, is researching the 7 deadly sins? And it's in the library. The guards are playing cards. You have the classical music playing in the background. That's the kind of research we do on this show.
Yeah, you really painted the picture. I get it now.
Oh, it's vivid as fuck. Originally, this movie was called Big Brothers. I think role
They
models.
should have just called it Biggs, like they call them in the movie.
I don't know, though. You'll probably get somebody that will confuse it with a Tom Hanks movie. It's like, wait a minute. Like,
This is a lot different than that.
This is a little different than I remember. Where's the giant piano in Robert Loggia? The song Love Take Me Down to the Streets is not an actual Wings song, which is fucking disappointing.
Are we sure?
That's like the best gag. That is my favorite gag of the whole movie.
You know, like when I first got Spotify, I looked that song up to see if it was legit. I went through the entire Wings catalog trying to find that song. I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck? And then turns out it's not real.
The fact that they got us sound alike, they play it at the end kills me. It's a great payoff.
I gotta be honest. I don't think I've ever heard a Wings song at all. Anyway,
It sounds Wings sounds exactly like that song.
Yeah, exactly. It's Paul McCartney's band. The Sturdy Wings logo is virtually identical to the cover of the Wings album Wingspan, Hits in History. Cool. Most of the lines in this movie are improvised. The film underwent constant rewrites during filming, but had to stop during the writer's strike of 2007.
Oh.
stupid strike.
This fun fact I thought was really cool. The diner Danny visits in the movie is the same diner used in the final scene of Pulp Fiction.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I wonder if he found the bad motherfucker wallet in there. It's like, hey, what's this? Bad motherfucker. All right. Lucas, do you have any? Well, never mind. We know you don't take notes. Luke, do you have anything that you were doing in research?
No, I laid off the research because I was like this is Russ's and Lucas's show, so I'm just here for the fun, not the work.
You can see how professional I am and how much research and effort I put into this.
Yeah, you could have easily done some research because I'm tired of carrying fucking Lucas on this.
You should be.
My back hurts.
I'll remember that for next time.
My back is killing me because of this. All right. Well, I guess that's a good way to segue into the best scene of the movie. I don't know. I had a fucking hell of a time trying to pinpoint this. I picked 5. They're kind of extended, so they're not really scenes. They're more like segments. Feel free to add in after I'm done. But my nominees, the intro to Augie and Ronnie when they go to Sturdy Wings, which that's got the classic Ronnie where what does he say to Wheeler about grabbing his dick?
He said something about this motherfucker just tried to grab my hang-me-down or something like that.
Yeah, I think he says hang down or something.
Hang down, yeah.
And that's also the picture that could be the cover art for this episode. Ronnie drawing the picture of Beyonce pouring sugar all over his dick.
Which, what does that even mean?
Don't worry about it.
Apparently, he thinks Beyonce has a sweet tooth. And Ronnie's the kid that, like, I want to know, but I don't want my son to be. If he was somebody else's kid, I would love to hang out with him, but I would be petrified if that was my son.
Yeah, he's like the kid that you want to bump into on that lives on your street, but you don't want to talk to him for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it ended up being one of those things where he ends up like fucking with shit in my house, where he's the kid that eggs my house, or he's the one that like lights dog shit on my front porch.
Mm-hmm.
Or like in the movie, he fucking steals your car.
I honestly wouldn't be too upset with that. I mean, like I just get a new car. Like, hey, some kid stole my car. That could end up being
a new car. What's wrong with your car?
Well, I could always go for a new one. I went with Wheeler introduces Ronnie to Kiss, where he talks about Love Gun and how Jewish guys are ugly, but they still get laid all the time. That's fucking awesome. That's probably how I'll explain Kiss to my son.
You could also explain that Kiss sucks. Just
Well,
all right.
out there.
All right.
I'm just going to mute you the rest of the show, Lucas. You didn't come prepared. You're saying Kiss sucks. You didn't do anything with that whiteboard in the background.
Hey, listen.
That's the most heinous crime of all, is you did nothing with that whiteboard.
I have Des and Troy up there.
I don't know who they are.
It's from Thor Ragnarok, where he's got those 2 guns.
Very topical.
Well, wait a minute. Like, you've got something about Thor Ragnarok on a Role Models episode?
Yes.
C-list show, guys. C-list show. The next scene I have is the camping trip. That's fucking probably my favorite scene in the whole movie. It's got a lot of great Martin stuff. I
love Martin.
I do too. He's taking a shit in that bucket.
Dude, he gives me the fucking creeps.
Exactly.
Yeah, he takes a shit in a bucket, and that's got the Wheeler just passing out on Ambien. The Ronnie stomping all over the tent, and he blames him because he did it. That line's fucking great. The hangout montage with Mr. Blue Sky from ELO. I think that's a fucking great scene. And then the last one is the Lair Battle Royal at the end with Kiss My Anthea. Those would be my 5 nominees. Lucas, what do you have?
I really like when it's sorry, I just watched this today. It's been a while, so I was actually watching it at work. So
of course, that's what you do at work. At least where we work.
Yeah. Where they go in and they try to convince the king to let Augie back in. I think that's a great scene when they're in the
at the burger hole.
Yeah, the burger hole.
Kid Junk's such a fucking slimy piece of shit. I love it.
Also, the scene where they're going around to all the schools trying to sell them those energy drinks is hilarious.
Oh yeah, where they're pissing green, like they fucking got exposed to gamma rays.
Don't do drugs. This shit is poison.
Lucas, do you have that on the whiteboard since it's a Marvel whiteboard?
I should.
Okay. Luke, do you have any extra nominees you want to add to this?
I just have one because I did write down that final battle scene because I just love that it was filmed like an actual battle scene. Like, it cracked me up. And the only other thing I wrote down for one of my favorite scenes was the intro to Sturdy Wings and Jane Lynch, where she showed that video and she starred in her own reenactments of her life. I lost it. I forgot all about that part, but it was amazing.
I really considered that one. I really considered that one. For me, like, I think it has to be the camping trip. That's my favorite scene.
It's probably got the most like laugh out loud gags, and it's really good. Like, the whole, like, from start to finish, it just doesn't stop, and I really like it too.
Yeah, or the battle scene. I love the battle scene.
Yeah, I do love that line in the battle scene where when Augie's giving the fucking speech and the Wheeler just like, man, this kid can get you jacked up. I laugh every time. It's like nothing super awesome, but it just cracks me up. Speaking of lines, we'll segue now into the best quote of the movie. We do have a name for this one. Luke, do you know what we have called this category?
I didn't write it down. I just wrote down best quote. So
this is the King Kong Ain't Got Shit on Me best quote of the movie, named after Lucas and I, one of our favorite actors, Denzel Washington, in his tour de force performance in Training Day.
Yes.
Which is happening at some point soon. Actually, when that movie came out, I wanted to be a crooked LA policeman, but it never happened.
I mean,
I don't know what's stopping you.
It looks like it pays off.
Well, it doesn't for him.
Unless you fuck with the Russians.
Well, I mean, if you hang out in like the middle of the movie, it like really pays off.
Okay, then like, hey, you know what, guys, I'm done. Like, I'm just gonna continue my podcast. I've got enough cash now. I'm just gonna continue this podcast. My favorite quotes, I have 5. Feel free to chime in with yours after we're done here. No, I like to rock and roll part of the day. I usually have errands. I can only rock from like 1 to 3. And every time I hear that, I think of you saying something like that to somebody. I get to see Luke saying that.
Just part of every. Yeah, like I have structured fun time.
Yeah. It's like, okay, I've got, like, for me, I got kids, I have groceries, I have to work. Like, I can squeeze rock and roll in there for a little bit. Second line, you know what I had for breakfast? Cocaine. You know what I had for lunch? Cocaine. What did you have for dinner? Says Wheeler. Was it cocaine? Danny. I love that. Then I have Ronnie telling Danny, you white, then you Ben Affleck, which that really rings home to me because I've been called Ben Affleck before at a McDonald's. So on a personal level, that'd be my favorite one. But what's that? The actor's name, Joe Lo Truffio. Did I say that right?
Something like that. I put a question mark when I wrote his name down because I never remember how to say it.
You know what? Like, I fucked up once already. Like, we'll just keep going here. I like it when they get ready to battle at the end, and he says, let us gingerly touch our tips. Could have been a little bit of the alcohol talking last night, but I still crack up. And then
that's pretty fucking funny.
My last one is from Gail. I'm the coach, and I'm the point guard. I'm the 2 forwards, the center, and I'm the other guard. I'm the entire organization.
The way she sets the other guard cracked me up.
She has so many that you couldn't pick just one, but
no, it's just Jane Lynch.
She really did shine in this movie.
I wanted to create a special category for just so I can talk more about her, but I guess we'll segue into her here in a minute. Lucas, you have anything?
Yeah, where they first get dropped off, and Augie is showing Danny LARPing, and he looks at Ronnie, and he's like, "Pick us up in 2 hours." And Ronnie goes, "Fuck you, Miss Daisy."
Yeah.
Oh man, I fucking lost it. I was sitting at work and I was watching that and I was just cracking up. Oh, when they were watching the video and Wheeler was like, "We're not gonna butt fuck these kids."
I've taken that method to heart. Like, I will never hug somebody from the back after I've seen this movie.
Oh god, it's so creepy.
Yeah, it's like nope. If you want to hug, you better bring it in. Let us gingerly touch tips as we hug.
Yes.
All right, Luke, what do you have, man?
I've only got two, and one's pretty obvious. The Love Take Me Down to the Streets. I mean, it's like the creed of this entire movie. And every time it comes, that whole first interaction where he's like, I don't think that's wings. He's like, I don't know. I think it is. is great. And the other is what I referenced earlier with David Wayne or Paul Wayne. And
Mike Wayne, Rick Wayne, Bruce Wayne,
Jerry Wayne.
Where it's when Wheeler is passed out and naked, and he just goes, "No, we just got a classic case of guy on the ground." I say that in my daily life a lot. We've got a classic case of guy on the ground.
I have one that it kind of made the cut, but it didn't, was when Martin asked Gail out for dinner. He goes, "There's this really nice spaghetti restaurant down the road." And she says something about, "Are you trying to get pussy or something like that?" And he goes, "Well, yeah, I was hoping it would lead to some pussy." Totally out of left field for him.
Yeah.
It's really hoping to get me some pussy.
He's low-key one of my favorite people in that entire movie.
Oh, he's great.
When he pops up, it's going to be amazing.
He actually, it's a fairly new category here on the show, is the I Once Knew a Girl on Gordon Street.
I know that one.
Yeah, best performance by like a bit player. I kind of wanted to change this to the McLovin Award, but I got shot down. So
well, I didn't shoot you down. I just feel like
no. You said I've got the text
category
message here. I got the text message here that says if you change it to that, I fucking quit.
Well, he's got the receipts, Lucas. So
well, I'm screwed now.
Yeah, they told me to just deal with it. Well, the I Once Knew a Girl on Gordon Street for the best bit performer. Is his name A.D. Miles? Ad Miles? I'm going to say it's A.D.
Yeah, I just wrote Martin ?
Well, I try to be somewhat, knowledgeable on here, so we're just going to call him Ad Miles. He's Gary.
Perfect.
Then Ken Jeong as King Argatron. And then Joe La Truffaut as Cusick. Sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Those are my three nominees.
Well, you could also throw
there's a lot of
Lynch in there.
Well, no, see, I think Jane Lynch is in the movie too much. I mean, she's pretty much like the fourth lead in this, I think. Well, maybe the kids, but
well, shit, I'm out.
Just go back to your whiteboard. Just let Luke and I handle the rest of
it. You guys I'm going to sit here and chill and just make money when this makes money.
Right.
I think we were probably all just trying to avoid Jane Lynch because she was such a, while she was probably in a total of 15 minutes of this movie, she's a very big player. So,
all right. Well, before we award the I Once Knew a Girl on Gordon Street, we'll just get it out of the way. Let's talk about Jane Lynch for a minute. I think she pretty much steals the movie from everybody. Right? Wrong?
I think you're right. Yeah.
It's hard to argue.
I tried to work around her a little bit and be like, oh, who jumps out more than Jane Lynch here as like a secondary player? And I think she overshadows some of the main players even.
Yeah, like that's why I wanted to create the McLovin Award for like the secondary player, not the leads. I think we'll just make that happen. I'm calling a mulligan on this, or a veto, or an audible. That's the word I'm looking for. An audible.
Here's the thing. It's your show. Do what the fuck you want.
Can I get that in a text message, please? So I got proof.
I got you right here. Hold on a minute.
So you don't try to sue me later on when we eventually break up, because all good teams do. Yeah, like I think like because was Glee on before this movie came out, or did Glee come out after this movie? Because I want to say it came out after, and I think she got Glee because of this.
I don't remember, because I think I'm a little fuzzy on the years, because I think that's why she left Party Down, was because Glee started, and that's why they brought Megan Mullally in for the second season of that show.
Okay, so Role Models came out in 2008.
Which we've established, yes.
And Glee came out in... Thank you. Glee came out in 2009.
Okay.
So I'm off base, unless my Party Down knowledge is bad, which it could be.
That's a great show. I didn't discover it till much later, but
yeah, coming back for a limited series. Apparently, I just read.
I did see that. I'm gonna have to check that out. But yeah, I think that because I'd never really seen her in anything. Because I came into Party Down much later than you, but I had never really seen her in anything until this movie had come out, and like she was just fucking rocks the shit in this. And then like next thing you know, she's pretty much they sold Glee around her character. I think I never watched Glee, but like every time I seen an ad for it, it's always she was in the promos.
Yeah, I think she was the big get for Glee.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like to me, she has like the best lines. And I don't know, like I just love batshit crazy, like people that try to help on it, like other people. Like she has no business doing this, really. I mean, she's fucking unhinged, but it's kind of like my wheelhouse. Like I love despicable people.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lucas, what was the draw to you with Jane Lynch?
Just like you said, she's unhinged, and she's obviously like on drugs the whole time. She's like, stay away from drugs, help kids. She's talking about blowing a judge fucking in the back alley.
Well, no, she says at the end, she says that she can get him out of jail because her and the judge had a special relationship, that she used to suck his dick for drugs. So
everybody needs a judge drug dealer, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and then like she even has that line where she's talking about like taking the phone off the hook, and then like just doing lines of self-doubt or self-regret. Yeah. And then she actually knocks the phone off the hook. And then you hear like she has to like set it down twice. I don't know. Just cracks me up. But yeah, like I don't think anybody and we'll get to that when we get to who wins the movie. I mean, she's a definite contender for sure. But Lucas, do you have any nominees for the I Once Knew a Girl on Gordon Street award?
No, actually, I think you covered them all. I mean, for me, the winner is definitely Martin, though.
Well, I wanted to nominate, who's the big guy that's like Ken Jeong's like, I guess his muscle. That guy's in a lot of stuff too. He's the guy that has that awesome line in Step Brothers. He goes, "Play something from The Stranger," at the Catalina wine mixer. And he's the doctor in The Hangover. Like you see that guy in a ton of shit, but I just don't know his name.
Yeah, I forget his name too. But yeah, he was. He's a. If it's the same person that you're talking about, he's an Upright Citizens Brigade guy.
His name is Matt Walsh.
Yes, Matt Walsh. That is who it is.
Doesn't look like a Matt Walsh to me. Like I expected like something like Thor or Sven. Like some big Swedish name.
His character in the movie is David of Glen Kraken.
Okay, that makes sense.
Him in that final battle cracks me up. It's like, it's fun, right?
Yeah, he's just like, send me your email. Then, like, I know, what's the girl's name from Reno 911? Carrie.
Oh, Carrie Kinney.
Yeah, she's in this. What's his name? Ken Martino? Or Ken Marino?
Ken Marino. Yep.
Okay. I know it's Marino because like I wonder if he's related to Dan, but then like I always fuck it up and say Martino. He's another one of those bit players. Do you have a nominee for this category or?
You've already touched on mine too. I think you both have. It's, the guy who played Martin.
We both touched you.
Yeah, we all gently touched tips.
Of course,
And,
yes.
Let us touch tips.
Or I love Jolo Trulio in this movie. I love him in everything. Like all these improv guys from like the State, which was like Carrie Kinney, Ken Marino, and Jolo Trulio. I love them all. But I love when Paul Rudd is saying his name's Lunesta because he puts his enemies to sleep on the battlefield. He goes, yes, to sleep a chance to dream. Cracks me up.
I still say sometimes when he goes, good morrow. Good morrow. I use that in my everyday lexicon. I don't know, man. Like, you made a compelling case for Kuzik, but I'm still going with Gary, too. Like, he's that fucking creepy guy he's just too nice.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, dude. Like, come on.
Well, I mean, his ultimate goal in this was just to get some pussy.
Lucas, if you weren't taken, I would say you start using that line. Just
throw it out there.
Yeah.
How do you think I got her pregnant?
Well, wasn't expecting that one.
By the way, Jolo Trulio, I loved him in what is it? I Love You, Man, where he takes him to that soccer game. He's like, "This is awesome!
Oh yeah,
this is awesome!"
I remember
use
him
that all the time.
I remember him from Superbad, another movie that Lucas hates, but he's pretty awesome in that too.
Oh man,
I don't hate it as much as I used to.
Okay, cool.
See, everybody hyped that movie up really hard, and then I watched it, and I was like, I mean, it was good.
Man, that was like the first movie I remember being like in the aisle laughing at. Like it was, man, I don't know, that movie changed me.
Yeah, Luke goes to high school parties all the time.
No, that scene where he's just talking about drawing dicks, and it was over. Like I think my chest partially collapsed. I was laughing so hard.
Man, I really need some Gold Slick right now.
Yeah, it's got bits of gold in it.
Well, that episode's going to happen at some point. Maybe doing that one with somebody else besides Lucas.
Say without Lucas.
If you could see me now, the look of disgust in his face, he's probably just.
Man, I've been voted off this podcast 4 times in this episode. I'm not happy about it. All right.
I thought it was one of the categories.
How quickly can we get it?
Oh, shit. Should we vote Lucas off the show? I've actually got this in the notes. Oh, good, clean fun. All right. Well, the last category I have is who wins the movie for you guys? I'll let our guest go first since I've been hogging up the time.
As much as I tried to tap dance around it, it's got to be Jane Lynch. Like every time she popped up, either out of nowhere or as part of a scene, like she just stole it. And it's Jane Lynch for me.
You got any other nominees before you crown your winner?
I'm going to get on a soapbox here because I think this breaks the category a little bit, but man, people don't give Sean William Scott enough credit. I know he's like co-lead of this movie, but I think the dude got shoehorned with Stifler and he got typecast, but the guy's funny. And I really wish he was getting more work. Like, I think he had the best arc of the movie, like the entire movie, like from point A to point B. And, he's not a bit player, but
no,
I think I really think that he deserves a lot of credit. Like,
right.
I think he kind of carried this movie because Paul Rudd, I love Paul Rudd. he was Paul Rudd. I mean, he was Paul Rudd he's been Paul Rudd in all these movies.
See, that's where I was going to disagree with you. I was going to say I thought Paul Rudd was really good in this. I thought him being just like a grumpy asshole reminds me a lot of myself.
Yeah, and I'm not besmirching Paul Rudd. I love Paul Rudd. Like the man's a saint. But man, yeah, I just feel like Sean William Scott doesn't get the credit he deserves. But anyway, my answer is Jane Lynch, and
fuck those other guys.
Just to bring it all in.
I just didn't want them to feel left out. But fuck
yeah,
them,
I just wanted to say something nice about Stifler.
Yeah, well, if anything, we have a thing here where we've offered to send edible arrangements to people that we diss on this show. So if he's listening, we'll get his address. You can send him like an edible arrangement of like chocolate covered fruit.
Oh, great. I'm sure he'd love it.
Yeah, I'm sure he would. He looks like the kind of guy like.
Those things are delightful.
Lucas, what about you, man?
Well, I mean, I know this is, we're supposed to maybe argue about this, but it's Jane Lynch. Now, I really did like Ken Jeong in this movie a lot. I thought he was fucking hilarious as the king because he was just completely obnoxious, power thirsty. It was great. And then, obviously, Jolo Trulio, just fucking hilarious in this movie. But it's Jane Lynch. It's debate's over.
My three, I guess, contenders was Bobby Thompson, who played Ronnie. I fucking love that kid.
Yeah,
I think he was on par with Jane Lynch. He stole a lot of the stuff that he was into. I mean, I know some of his shtick got a little old, but like I think like the stuff early on with like the Sturdy Wings, like when they're in the Sturdy Wings campus, and then like they take him to that knockoff Chuck E. Cheese place, and he gets on the table and starts dancing. I fucking love that. And like I've said earlier, like he's the kid that I want someone else's child to be like, but not mine.
Well, I do have a son on the way, so
all right. Know. Well, I tell you what, man, I'm going to teach that kid to swear very early.
Just don't worry, I got that locked down. But we'll have Uncle Russ come over and help.
All right, I just buy him the fuck book, where just teach him different ways to say fuck when he's 2. I don't think that book's been written yet, but I think I should write it.
Hey, there you go.
Second contenders, Jane Lynch. You guys have pretty much did all the talking for her. But my winner is Paul Rudd and Sean William Scott. Like, I think that these two have incredible chemistry together, and I don't understand why they haven't teamed up on anything else. And like,
that's a good point. I don't know.
Like you said though, like I think Sean William Scott kind of got stuck with that Stifler role, and like it basically cast him as that and everything. And it's unfortunate because he's actually really funny. Like, I love Goon, if you've ever seen that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like completely different than Stifler. And then like Paul Rudd's just Paul Rudd. It's a little bit of a twist on him, but I think these two work very well together. Like, I think they're probably one of the best comedic teams. Actually, I would say that those two were on par with Farrell and Riley in the stuff that they did. I mean, they're really good. That would be the two that win it for me.
Yeah, that when you comparing them to like Step Brothers, that really, I actually think they worked better together. Like, they were more of a cohesive comedic duo than, like, they weren't fighting off of each other. They were just they played off each other really well.
Yeah, and I think they did their strengths. I think with Riley and Farrell, like, they basically, with everything that they did, I think they tried to, okay, well, Will Ferrell's going to do this, so now John C. Reilly's going to do. I'm going to be even dumber than Will Ferrell, but like, Stifler. Fuck, see, there I go. I'm even calling him that. But Sean William Scott.
Listen, he was so excellent as Stifler.
Well, yeah, but like, he's even kind of different than that. He's kind of like, he's still like the fucking, like, the horny guy he plays in a lot of his stuff, but he's like not the asshole. It's like he let Paul Rudd do that, and he tries to be like kind of the more, like, he wants to be his friend. He's trying to find the best in Ronnie. I mean,
Yeah,
like you said, his arc is really good too. He goes from like not giving a shit about anybody but partying and himself to like he even he wants to see Ronnie after he goes to jail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he had to be the voice of reason to Paul Rudd in parts of it, and that's when I was like, oh, okay, so he's not like just this like complete fuck up. Like he even though his aspirations aren't like sky high, he still has aspirations, and he doesn't want to get like totally fucked by this situation. So he's
By the way, I have to mention this. I would really like to work at a place like the Minotaur drink. I forget what was it.
Minotaur, feed the beast.
Yeah, something green. It was the name of the drink. But at that party for when he's been there for 10 years, he's just fucking pouring alcohol all over that chick, and she's like grinding up on him and shit. Like, what the fuck is this place? It's amazing.
Wait a minute, didn't you do something like that in like 2009?
Shh.
Except it was mellow yellow.
I had to go classy.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything you guys want to add before we wrap this up?
No.
Oh, thanks, Lucas. Really in-depth
You already
stuff.
voted me off of here.
Really in-depth stuff there, dude.
Let me look at my notes real quick. No, I think I pretty much hit everything. Oh, except in that not opening scene, but the anniversary party for Paul Rudd towards the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Jorma from Lonely Island was the had a couple of lines, and he did karaoke, which I thought was funny. I was like, I know that guy.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, I
That's
was
him?
wondering why I recognized him.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know who it was either.
Yep, he's one of the Lonely Island guys.
Oh, okay.
God damn, Luke, you brought the heat on this episode.
I just watch a lot of TV and movies and stuff.
Well, that's kind of the cool thing about like I guess the one cool thing about the pandemic right now is like I have been able to revisit stuff that I really like, and I'm actually getting to check out stuff that I haven't seen before.
Yeah, same here. I'm watching Banshee for the first time. This show's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't seen it. Like I'm really bad about TV shows. Like I still have not watched The Mandalorian.
Oh my.
Yeah, I'm a real piece of shit. But
Boo.
But I've made the effort. I've watched WandaVision.
We actually just finished that off tonight. I was like, I gotta get this knocked out. I can't avoid the internet anymore today. So.
Well, hey, I guess it'd be too late. I was going to say, if we were releasing this like tomorrow, I'd say just fucking give it all away now.
Let's not A-bomb anybody.
I want to build a buzz for this. I want to build a buzz for this show. So like, hey, that's the show that spoiled WandaVision for us.
Those dickheads just went on a tangent and spoiled WandaVision.
Somebody's listening to this like, what the fuck does this have to do with role models? I'm not listening to these guys anymore.
Yeah.
Some people are like, what is WandaVision?
Yeah, that could also be like, what the fuck's WandaVision?
True. Well, then we're introducing a new audience, so we'll just wait for those Marvel residuals to come rolling in.
Well, we would have until we spoiled the whole movie for everybody or the whole show.
Well, that's why we're keeping our lips tight.
Yep. Watch WandaVision, watch Role Models, guys. I don't know if this movie's streaming anywhere right now. Like, I own it, so I was able to watch it that way. I know it used to be on Netflix for the longest time. So
yeah, and we own the unrated version.
I also watched the unrated version. I was hoping that wouldn't be a problem.
Nah, just more cool stuff. I mean,
yeah, I was like, oh man, I don't remember. Were these boobs in the R-rated? I don't know.
I do remember those because I think
you remember that pair of tits, huh?
That exactly.
It was so unnecessary, but I was like, well, all right.
Well, I'm not going to complain about it.
No, I mean, I guess it was. I guess it worked with Ronnie's character. I mean, after the whole talk about seeing boobs everywhere.
Yeah. Like, I might have to have that talk with my son one day. I'll probably just quote that entire line, that whole scene.
Yeah, show him the mountains and
we're outnumbered, son. Well, Luke, it was great having you on again.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. I hope it was as good as the Back to the Future episode, which I also had a lot of fun doing.
Well, good. Maybe we'll get enough listens so you can overtake the wife as the Couch Brotato Podcast most popular guest.
What episode was that?
She was on From Dusk Till Dawn.
Okay.
And yeah,
I was just gonna try to figure out how to do negative listens. I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing, but
no.
delete.
Do I just have to is it like Ferris Bueller? Can I just put it in reverse and just minus 15 seconds a bunch of times and take listens away?
Yeah, well, see, the thing of it is, though, there's these two skeezy guys that work in a car garage that they're gonna boost the listen. So I gave him a 5 spot.
That Weasley guy.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't understand why From Dusk Till Dawn was more popular than Back to the Future. It might be the fact that we refer to Biff Tannen as a rapist, or Doc Brown as a bad pet owner. I don't know. Maybe that's kind of taking the shine off of it a bit, but
I mean, I don't see anything wrong with those takes.
No, neither do I. But it's the internet.
I stand by those.
But it's the internet. If you want to hear what we're talking about, please go check us out wherever you listen to podcasts. We're pretty much everywhere. So,
yeah, you would actually have to be avoiding us to not listen to us,
right?
At this point,
right. Well, Jen will be able to take over she might be able to get the crown back, though, if you surpass her, because the next episode we're doing is Silence of the Lambs with her.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I was supposed to talk during that part. Sorry.
I know you're just looking at me with a little bit of should I be pissed?
You gave me role models and you're doing fucking Silence of the Lambs.
No,
God damn it,
Silence of the Lambs takes a lot of work. I think Jen's a better fit for that one for sure.
Actually, I think she's going to do it with the Hannibal Lecter mask.
Oh, well, yeah. Listen to that one then.
Lucas, since we are doing this, we've figured out the video thing. Please don't pull a Buffalo Bill. Please, I'll fucking quit. I'm done. I'm selling this shit for half off.
Where's that assassin at?
I'd fuck me. All right, guys. Well, we're going to wrap this up. But like I said, you can listen to us wherever you get your podcast. And like I said, next episode is going to be Silence of the Lambs. So that should be pretty entertaining, I think. Feel free to leave us a review on iTunes if you like us. If you think we suck, still leave us a review.
I mean, just be honest. Lucas sucks. He doesn't do any research. He's just there as an extra voice.
Well, maybe they'll write on there, just kick him off. He's got a whiteboard and doesn't do jack shit with it.
That's 5. Keep count here on the fucking whiteboard. Look, I'm tallying that shit right now. There's
okay,
5.
well, at least you're doing something with it. All right. But until next time, guys, stay safe out there, and we'll talk at you later. Bye, everybody.